Hello, welcome back to another video. I'm making this today. This is a bit strange. This isn't something I normally would share or do, but yesterday was a really strange day for me in my golfing career. And let's be honest, most PGA pros' worst nightmare. I had a playing lesson. Now, I obviously filmed my video, which will be up by now, where I played on Saturday. Today is Thursday, yesterday was Wednesday. And I had a playing lesson and I thought, I'm in pretty good shape. It's back at Skipton, I know the course now quite well. Been hitting it well actually for a little while in terms of on the range, when I've been able to hit a couple of balls over winter, and was feeling in a really good place with it. And as you know, as golf is and as golf does, it threw a curveball at me. And this is one of the worst nightmares, because as a player and certainly a coach in a scenario that, I didn't play in playing lessons last year. I purposely didn't play. I'd hurt my back. I didn't play at all. But this year I thought, I had so many comments last year, people saying, Joe, I really would love for you to play. I want to see you play. I want to see what you do. Thought, why not? Of course, yeah, I'll peg up and play. It sounds like great fun. So yeah, I can help the person and play. And yesterday, I could hardly hit a golf ball. Essentially, I say I could hardly hit a golf ball. I started off with 3 pars in the wind, which was great, and then it just went sideways. And there's nothing worse than you sort of telling somebody how to hit a shot and then you don't execute it yourself. When you're doing your PGA exams, there's an explanation demonstration. The idea is if you explain something, you should be able to demonstrate it. Well, that didn't happen. So luckily the guy that I was playing with, very, very understanding, gave me a really, again, it was more sort of focusing on his game than mine, but it left me feeling a little bit strange and thinking, I now need to make sure I'm hitting some balls again, definitely. And I need to obviously have a really good look over my game to try and understand a little bit more about what is it that's made everything go wrong. So I had PXG here on Tuesday, was having a fitting down the end, and I felt something didn't feel right during the fitting. It felt to me like I was kind of having to drive up and I felt a bit stuck. Now, when I used to play all the time, as in it was my job, I used to get stuck a little bit on the inside from time to time, and that's what I was always fighting. I'm trying to get out of this position, the right arm sort of getting stuck here against the body and having to flip my hands. My bad shots essentially were pushes or hooks, and that's what I've been fighting. So today, I'm gonna have a little bit of a range session where I'm basically gonna talk you through what I'm doing, and hopefully it might help some of you at home kind of understand a little bit more perhaps of what we're trying to do with the golf swing, but also if you are also in a position that you're getting stuck, then it should help you. So my swing thoughts that I've had that have sort of carried me, let's say, over the last couple of years, I've had 2 sort of main things. I've had to focus on the turn. So I'm always somebody that gets a little bit stuck on their left side. It's my habit. It's kind of my left shoulder stays over my left foot. And then during the downswing, I have to start backing up, and it's the backing up that causes that right arm to get stuck behind the body. Then I start to flip the hand. So that's number 1. So I'm always looking for making sure I'm turning. And the feeling for that for me is sort of left shoulder over right thigh, or the thought wide. I'm trying to get wide. Now the second one for me, and this is where I started to kind of get a good idea yesterday as to what was happening, is I started to feel my wrists in this sort of position in the backswing. So it felt like my left wrist in particular was coming a little bit bowed at waist height. So it was kind of setting the club a little bit bowed. Now, this makes a little bit of sense because I'm somebody who gets a little bit across the line at the top. So if I feel a little bit bowed, I think the club's in a better position. Chances are it isn't. It's still across the line, but my wrist is bowed. I need to look at a couple of things here. The first thing I'm going to look at today is can I get that left shoulder working more over the right thigh? It's a bit more this way, a bit more rotational. Good turn, as I say, getting that over the right thigh. And number 2 is going to be height. Height for me in the golf swing is so important. I have such a habit of getting too flat, where in the backswing, essentially my backswing gets too flat here. My left arm gets sort of almost just under my right shoulder. And this means as somebody that naturally drops the club on the inside, I get stuck in here and again have to flip, and then fats and thins and all sorts of stuff do start to creep in from time to time. So 2 things then today. I'm going to try and get left shoulder over right thigh here, and I'm going to start feeling that club working up. One of the last things I have to be careful of, I know it sounds like there's an awful lot of things, but again, this is something I'm working on for a while. The last thing really, and just ensuring I don't roll the club away, and this comes from me, and this is my job that's the problem with this. For a lot of times, if somebody, let's say, hitting some balls and I'm demonstrating something, I'll just pick up a wedge and I'll kind of demo it and I'll just hit a little flicky wedge. Now, obviously, when you hit a flicky wedge shot, it's a little bit more behind you and releasing a little bit more from the inside, help keeps the flight down, etc. But when I'm hitting an iron shot, I don't want to do that, because when I do, I hook it, and if I do it with a wood, it gets even worse. So what I'm kind of looking for here is 3 things. Number 1, I'm going to try and get my left shoulder more over my right thigh. I'm going to try and keep the club head here a bit more outside the hands. And from there, I'm just going to try and work the club up. Now you'll notice my right arm here looks a lot higher, much more up in this position than tucked in. So often I get stuck in that position there, and you can see now how I feel my wrist is bowed, right elbow's stuck, and I just can't hit it. So what I'll do is I'll do one of my old swings a second so you can kind of see it. So I'm not going to have any swing thoughts on this. And I might hit it fine, but it's not consistent. It's like, it's okay, it's a little bit drawy. I actually struck that quite well. But to me, it just feels really flat. And when it gets longer, I feel like I want to drive my hips forward. I'm trying to stand up and get out of the way. So what I'm going to work on, and I'll let you join me for a few shots, is I'm basically going to start trying to feel that left shoulder coming a little bit more across that right thigh. So the way I sort of consolidate this, and it's a fantastic tip for you guys at home, I try and break these big bits down. So like left shoulder over right thigh for me is width. And then I go into, right now I want to make sure I've got my hands up nice and high so I'm not getting too stuck behind me, height. So I just go width, height. And I know if I go width, height in the golf swing, I'm going to get width, which is that movement, height, or I can go widen up. Now let's have a go. Let's see if we can start getting the feeling. It'd be interesting to see how different this looks on camera, because obviously for me, this is going to feel absolutely 10 out of 10 exaggerated, but it probably won't look it. So you'll probably notice one of the things that stands out there first off is the difference in the height. Fraction more length, still landed on the green, but it just feels so much freer through the golf ball. And it's that feeling of getting stuck that most of us, well, everyone hates, because you just cannot get through the ball. It's like you're leaning back, you're flicking at it, it doesn't feel very nice. So I've got a big basket of balls today, and I'm just essentially going to work on this. I'm just going through the bag. I've hit some wedges earlier just to kind of warm up. This is a 9-iron. I'm just kind of getting that feeling of width and then height. It's not great, it's a little bit pulley. It'd be interesting, I say, whenever I'm sort of practicing, I always try and get some feedback from the camera as well. Obviously I can't do that today because I'm filming for you, but you get the point. It's sort of, I would watch that back and think, what happened? But if I can get the club a bit more here and up, should just help stop that sort of inconsistent strike. It's so much better though today. Such a night last night, going, what happened there? Right, width and height. That felt better. Still a little bit drawy. Not a bad flight though. It's a little bit downwind today, so they're going fraction further. Oh, that was so close to being good. Slightly thuddy with the ground. Let's pitch the same length. It's not the best turf today, it's been a little bit chewed up, but it's the main flat spot of this range outdoors. Normally I'd do it off the mat, but it's too nice today, and I thought it's too nice to take you guys into the shade, and then the camera quality is not as good. But how many of you guys find this happens, where you think you've got something, and you ride with it for a while, and then it doesn't work? Now I was always guilty here of going searching, so I would start trawling the internet, YouTube, those sorts of things, trying to find a way to perhaps find an answer to my golf swing, and I kind of had to work this out. And I know that sounds a bit crazy, but I had to kind of go, okay, what can I do to help free things up? And if you're struggling with a hook, or for me, what sometimes turned into a push slice, because that swing path's from the inside, I just have to start learning. I've got to start getting that club more up. What's also going to happen is by getting the club more up, it's going to allow me in the long run to try and work a little bit more of a fade again. So I'll go up a couple of clubs in a minute, but if I can get some height here, I can start to work that club more across because I'm higher, and then I've got less chance of getting stuck behind me. See, like that one there actually felt pretty good. So let's go up a couple of clubs, let's go up to a 7. I'll do some clips as well, I'll do some overlays and things, so this video isn't quite as boring for you guys, me just nattering away and hitting a few balls. But I thought it'd be really interesting to kind of share that, you know, even as a pro, this game's still pretty tough. I've sort of got an idea of what I'm doing, but it doesn't mean I can do it all the time. But I think also just kind of maybe hearing a little bit about what goes through my head when I'm trying to hit some balls, and hey look, if it helps one of you, it was worth doing. So width and height, same thing. Now that felt good, that's better. Don't club twirl on the range, all right? I know I just did, don't do it, didn't mean to do that. Hope no one was watching. You were watching, weren't you? Ah, yeah. Same thing, width and height. I'm just trying to keep it as simple as I can, trying to get a bit of a flow. Get that set up feeling good. Felt uncomfortable over the ball as well. It's starting to feel a bit better today. Those arms a little bit straighter again. Again, width and height. So that's me kind of getting a little bit of fade in there. And honestly, it's such a joy for me to see that after the last few days, kind of getting, let's say, a little bit stuck, just seeing the ball go left to right, sorry, right to left even. Seeing the ball go to left to right there is a bit of a relief. And don't be afraid to sort of do that when you're practicing. Hit the other way, get this ball moving the other way. It means you're doing something different. It's not a bad thing. It's probably one of the best shots I think I've hit. Feels so much better. It's nice this as well. I mean, you know, I'm very lucky here that this driving range has got a sort of green at the end that I can kind of hit at. I know a lot of places haven't, but I can just use that as a bit of a reference. It's about 30-40 feet wide. I literally just use it as a line to hit towards, and you know, I'm just aiming middle of the green. But the idea is that I'm going to get some feedback, as if, you know, if that green was further up, I'm still hitting it. Let's hit one more with this, and we'll hit something a little bit longer again. Yeah, width and height. Oh, that feels so good to hit that shot. It's honestly... Oh, isn't it crazy, this game? It's like you have one bad round, one bad day, and you're questioning everything. I mean, I had a sort of fitting day, say I had PXG down here for a fitting day. It was really nice. I just hit a few products and just thought, oh, I'm going to have a hit with a few. And you know, you can't hit it very well, and you're going, oh, and the reps there watching, I promise I can play. Isn't it weird how, you know, then you just go back to that, what I call back to the DNA, back to what works for you, and suddenly it all feels a bit freer again, so much easier. That right arm now feels like it can work in front of the body again, which is awesome. So I'll get a couple of clips from Face On. I'll hit a couple of slow-mos as well for you, but I'm gonna hit a couple with a longer club. So let's just hit a couple of 4-irons then, just to finish this off. And again, I'll take some clips so you guys can watch it a little bit more in slow-mo. And hey, look, if anyone has any comments about the swing or wants to understand how this or that works in it, just, you know, drop me a comment below. I'm happy to reply to it. Over the years, I mean, I'm not somebody that likes to look at my own golf swing, right? And I'm very, very open and honest about that. I really don't. It doesn't look particularly great. It's that little bit across the line and trying to work it. But I've kind of learned now how to use it. And I think that's the important bit is, you know, for years, I have genuinely tried to get the club laid off at the top or more on plane. I still get a little bit across the line, and I've kept, you know, baskets and tucking the elbow in and trying to get it together. And what happened was I just hit it worse and worse. So for me, like, this was almost a moment where I'm kind of thinking, when I kind of just accepted it for what it is and learned how to get out of it, I don't really even think about it anymore. It's more ball flight, and then what do I need to do to change it? I know my misses. So again, let's go same thing. Let's go width and height. So wide and up. Where was this? Where were you? If you'd have seen some of the shots that I hit yesterday, you would not believe what's happening today. So just bear that in mind. Right, let's hit one more, and I'm going to wrap this up. Because, you know, many of you, if you're watching this at an evening, you would have gone to sleep by now. Okay, I think we figured it out, which is good. We've got width and height. Oh, here comes Lucy. Go on, come into the camera. Say hello to everyone. This is Lucy. Hi. Yeah, so basically just couldn't play. So that was good fun. A bit embarrassing. Yeah. Hit some sideways shots, lost 2 balls. So not good. Nice. Yeah, but I figured it out. Yeah. And the great thing, it was the same as it's always been, width and height. But I wanted to make a video basically for everyone here, kind of explaining that it is sometimes the same thing that you struggle with, even though you think you're doing it. Because I kept going, and you'll understand this, my wrists felt like they were all in this position, which is good. Like, it's a good feeling for me because it gets me less laid off, or less across the line at the top, more laid off. But I can't be laid off at the top because I can't hit a golf ball from there. I've got to be across the line, otherwise I don't hit it well. So as much as I was searching and trying to find it, it wasn't working. Brought coffee. You've not brought me a coffee, have you? On that note, I'm going to end the video. Guys, thanks so much for watching. If you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button and subscribe for Lucy not bringing me coffee. Cheers.